everybody. Deanna here with Employers Advantage. I hope everybody's had a great week. It's finally Friday. We love that. The weekend is here. I have some, you could probably see my paint samples. I've been trying to think of what I want to do with my Zoom wall, starting to get bored with the bland color in the background. So if you like one of the four, let me know which one. Taking votes. Anyway, today is Free HR Advice Friday at Employers Advantage. This is where we provide the opportunity for small business owners, office managers, whomever has an HR question to give us a call. You can email us, Deanna at employersadvantagellc.com. The phone number 980-422-7953. You can send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're on all the social media platforms. But if you just have a question, not quite sure what to do with an HR issue, or maybe you have a general question and you're not sure where to go, we have a lot of great folks in our network. So if we can't help you, we'll get you connected to the folks that can. So anyway, the one thing I did want to mention today is a little bit about recruiting, particularly because we're finding that a lot of folks are unemployed right now. And as companies that are able to recruit and provide opportunities for people, we want to be mindful to not make assumptions about why people may be unemployed. Obviously, most recently, the biggest reason related to unemployment is COVID layoffs. And the thing to remember there is that just because somebody might not currently be working doesn't mean it was their fault. It may or may not be contributed to poor performance, but if they were in a layoff situation or a furlough situation, that's completely out of their control. So we need to be mindful of that and, give people opportunities. Same goes for when you see a gap of employment. Um, Even if it's something as far back as 10 years ago, we all know that we had a recession 10 years ago. So, there may have been a period of time that somebody was out of work back then, even more recently. So there's a million reasons why somebody would have a gap of employment, and it doesn't have to be assumed to be a negative, and it shouldn't be a barrier for them to get back into their career. So I just encourage you to keep an open mind and not make assumptions that because somebody had a gap of employment, they would not be able to come back and pick right back up where they left off in their skills and their abilities. So just again, keep an open mind and give people a chance, because there's a lot of really great candidates that get passed up because hiring managers make assumptions based off maybe their own experience, or if they've never experienced a gap of employment for whatever reason, they just automatically assume that something is wrong. So again, I'll say it again, keep an open mind, don't make assumptions, and give people opportunities if they're a good fit for the role. The last thing I want to talk about with recruiting is compensation transparency. I don't know why the compensation thing has always been kept a secret. There's no reason for it. I think it should be in your job posting, even if it's a range. You don't have to put in an exact amount. But if there's a compensation range that needs to go in the job posting, take that burden off of everybody of having to figure out what the comp may or may not be for this role. And you should never get to the point of an offer where the compensation is a surprise. Unfortunately, we've heard many stories of 3 and 4 candidates going through the process because it all came down to the offer and compensation. That should never, never happen. That was a waste of time, which is equivalent to money for everybody involved. So even as a small business, if you have a limited budget and maybe you think you're not going to get a qualified candidate with that budget, you will. You have to be honest about the compensation and put it out there so that you don't waste time and money going through a process with somebody who may not be in that comp range at the end of the process. So keep an open mind, don't make assumptions, and be transparent about the compensation. If you have any other questions for Free HR Advice Friday, give us a call, 980-422-7953, or email me directly, Deanna at employersadvantagellc.com. Have a great weekend.